Laura and I met during college. She was the quintessential bookworm, always carrying a novel, her nose buried in pages during our breaks. Her passion for literature was one of the things I loved most about her. So, when she told me she was joining a book club to rekindle her love for reading, I was thrilled. The book club meetings were every Thursday evening. Laura would leave excited, carrying a tote filled with books. When she returned, she'd talk about the intense discussions, and how the group was helping her explore genres she'd never considered before. At first, I didn't think much of it. But after a few months, subtle changes began to surface. She started spending more time getting ready for these meetings, applying makeup and wearing perfume. I remember teasing her once, "You're dressing up more for your book club than you do for our dates." She just laughed it off. Then came the late nights. Initially, the meetings ended by 9 p.m., but soon she began coming home closer to midnight. Her excuses seemed reasonable: we got into a deep discussion, or we decided to grab drinks afterward. But something didn't feel right. One Thursday, I decided to surprise her by picking her up. I called her, saying I wanted to treat her to ice cream after her meeting. She sounded hesitant but agreed. When I arrived at the coffee shop where the club supposedly met, it was deserted. Not a single light was on. Confused, I waited in my car, hoping to catch her leaving the place. But after 20 minutes, I realized she wasn't there. Panic and doubt crept in. Was she lying to me? The next week, I decided to follow her. I watched as she drove past the coffee shop and parked outside a hotel instead. My heart raced as I saw her step out of the car, clutching her bag. Moments later, a man emerged from the lobby and greeted her with a kiss. I sat in my car, frozen. The man was someone I recognized, her coworker, Adam. My mind raced as I replayed every interaction I'd seen between them. It all started making sense: the late nights, her newfound interest in dressing up, and the sudden secrecy. That night, I confronted Laura. She came home, her demeanor cheerful, but I couldn't hide my anger. "How was your book club?" I asked, emphasizing the sarcasm. Her face fell. "It was fine," she said, avoiding my gaze. I placed my phone on the table, showing her a photo I had taken of her and Adam at the hotel. "Explain this," I said. Her lips trembled, and tears welled up in her eyes. She tried to deny it at first, claiming it was a work meeting. But when I pressed her, she broke down and admitted the truth. She had been seeing Adam for months, using the book club as a cover. The betrayal was shattering. I moved out the next day, unable to face her lies any longer. In the months that followed, I sought therapy and leaned on my friends for support. The road to healing was painful, but I eventually found solace in rediscovering myself.